Welcome back. No matter where you are in the world, you can always bet on the new black media. Let's go.
Welcome black to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to What's the 411 News. And incidentally, this is the first day of Black History Month. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Glad that you are with us. Be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel, What's the 411 News. We are also available on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Spotify. All right. We thank you again. This is the first day of Black History Month. And before we get into the main news story here, it is for some who decided to participate in it. It is today is a blackout on Twitter. All right. There's a blackout on Twitter. All black folks, or some, I should say, are deciding not to get on Twitter for the first day. And in order for the social media companies, people, execs to realize how much we bring to all these social media platforms. All right. Among other things. All right. Not to really be mentioned right now. Okay. So, yeah. On the first day, Black History Month. Last month in January, there was a trashy school secretary by the name of Newland Fontana. And she sent a disrespectful text in regards to Dr. King Day, MLK Day. All right. So we're going to get into that, man. We're going to get into that. And incidentally, or should I say, before we get started and to add to that, is that when you guys do the history on slavery, the Jim Crow laws and such things like that, and more specifically regarding slavery, you'll find you think that it was a lot of the white male slave owners that were real cruel and brutal. You will find that a lot of them were actually the white women, and the things they had done to their slaves. You'll be surprised when you do the studies in the history. All right, which is kind of interesting because in Florida, DeSantis doesn't want that in the schools because it might hurt some people's feelings, is what we all suspect. It might hurt people's feelings about what white people did. Incidentally, other people outside of that just wasn't white folks, but they were a big part of it. There were specifically the Dahomey tribe in Africa, although there's none to be found now, but at one time they were involved in the slave trade as well as Jews were involved in the slave trade. All right. There were LGBT, or what is now called LGBT. There was those type of folks who were also slave owners as well. And so the whole point is that what we're talking about on this story today, we have a suspected white supremacist school secretary. And so, yeah, let's get into it, man. So white Louisiana high school secretary is forced out after she sent colleague a racist text referring to MLK Jr. Day as the N-word day. All right. As the N-word day. All right. So the Ouachita Parish Junior High School There seems to be a discrepancy whether it's a high school or junior high school. But the junior high, and it says Ouachita Parish Junior High School Secretary Newland Fontana resigned last week. Her resignation came after a racist text exchange with a colleague emerged. The text to the school's quote unquote coach referred to Martin Luther King Jr. Day as Nigger Day. All right. Ouachita Parish Junior High School confirmed the text exchange was real. All right. Community members and parents claim racism is systemic at the school. They're pleading for more to be done following the shocking incident. All right. No surprise there, right? No surprise there at all. So let's get into it. All right. The white secretary at the high school, again, it says high school, but it's junior high school, if I'm not mistaken, in Louisiana, has been forced to abruptly quit her job after making racist comments about Martin Luther King Jr. Day in a text conversation with a colleague. Okay. In a Facebook post on Monday, I think this was a few days after, this was on, I believe, January 17th, if I'm not mistaken. All right. In a Facebook post on Monday, Walter Gino McLaughlin, who describes himself as an artist, activist, and organizer, shared a video revealing an image of former Ouachita Parish Junior High School Secretary Newland Fontana. All right, and I'm just gonna pull her picture up right quick so y'all know who we're talking about. This is Newland Fontana right here. All right, alongside a screenshot of her alleged text. The messages sent to a person referred to as Coach referred to MLK Day, which celebrates the civil rights activists who protested racial discrimination. She called this Nigger Day, and also referred to Dr. King as Mark instead of Martin in her text. All right. Fontana has been slammed online by parents of children at the school and community members. Following her departure late last week, the school, which confirmed to KTVE the messages were real, said they do not condone any racism. All right. Newland Fontana is office secretary at Ouachita Junior High in Monroe, Louisiana, and took time on this MLK Day to let us know how she really feels about honoring Dr. King. McLaughlin wrote in the post shared to Facebook. What she didn't realize is that she accidentally sent her hate-filled message to the wrong person. McLaughlin continued that these are the type of people we entrust to educate our children, right? To educate our children. All right, I'm gonna show you the text on the screen there as I go along. These are the people that we entrust to educate our children. From what I understand, the school district allowed her to resign, but there are many who feel like she should have been terminated. So, of course, if you're allowed to resign, then you always have that opportunity of getting another job, of receiving some type of pay still. And so they should have terminated her. Emphasis on terminated. All right. In the screenshot of the message, Fontana informed the coach about the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Nigger Day, LOL. Mark Luther King, she wrote, according to the screenshot. Remind your players Sunday, we're off Monday for Mark Luther King Day, Fontana continued, appearing to confuse King Jr.'s first name. In a letter released on Monday to parents, Principal Darren Wheeler confirmed the secretary's departure. All right. Unfortunately, on Friday evening, a text message which contained a racial slur from an employee was brought to our attention, the principal wrote. That employee is no longer employed at the Wichita Parish School System. We do not condone any racism in our schools and community. Yeah, but you allowed her to resign. That's crazy, right? So she still gets an opportunity to go ahead and be in the system and still gets an opportunity to receive money, but you don't condone this type of behavior and she's out of the system, right? The school system. But she was allowed to resign as opposed to being fired, terminated. So I wonder what other schools are going to end up picking her back up, right? So another Facebook user said, when you are trying to be hateful and send a text to the wrong person, a Wichita Junior High School, Monroe, Louisiana, by hashtag no place for a racist. A woman from Monroe, Louisiana also posted the exchange on Facebook and said, God is exposing some folks. This is Newland Fontana at a Wichita Junior High. Her Facebook post received nearly 700 comments, over 500 reactions, and more than 1,000 shares. All right. Community members were also quick to comment about wider racial issues at the school, which many believing the secretary should have been immediately fired instead of being allowed to resign. All right. That says a lot about the school and the school system. They still allow their suspected racists to be part of the system and collect money, even though you claim to be not condoning this type of behavior. Anybody actually from Ouachita and grew up in that system, we're not shocked. LOL. We grew up in that ish. Someone commented under the post. How you get fired on your day off, though, another wrote. One parent of a black student of a Wichita Junior High who wished to remain anonymous told the Daily Beast their child has dealt with discrimination from teachers. All right. It's been one thing after the other with this school, the parent said. Fontana has deleted her social media presence since her departure from the school. But again, we have our picture right here, right? So Daily, she was contacted, or the principal, Darren Wheeler, was contacted for comment, but it looks like right now there isn't any comment to be had. All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, like it was mentioned, there's no type of people like this to be in the school system teaching your kids. But as we all know, unfortunately, when we do these stories, you have people in the medical field that have that mindset, that are trashy like this lady here. You have people in the police departments, you have people in the fire departments, you have people in the EMS systems, the ambulance, the EMTs, and they all come through the cracks. Or maybe they don't come through the cracks. Maybe they're just blatantly out there, right? And so here we go again, somebody in the school system that's going to be around your black child. And it's time that we get rid of folks like this immediately on site. Get them out the paint, get them out the system, and get rid of them, all right? Because there's no place for people like that. So let me know what you guys think on this particular story. How do you feel? And what do you what ideas do you have that can be done? Any options whenever people like this you come across, or somebody comes across these types of people at places of employment? What ideas can you provide? What options can you provide to deal with the situation? All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all as always. Thank you for coming to What's the 411 News, man. Again, we are available on Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Twitch, and here on YouTube. So support New Black Media and get on our YouTube channel. All right. That being said, we always going to be back with the news. And as always, no matter where you are around the world, you can always bet on the New Black Media. I'm out of here. Peace.
Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.